Welcome to Waking Up with Your Energy Guide, Jenny Lynn, the Mojave edition. I have been on retreat this week writing a book. And as I say that, the number of people that have asked me in the last couple of days, how's that book coming along? How do you feel about your progress? It's cracking me up because the answer is really not nearly as clean as most things are, right? Not nearly as clean as what we'd like it to be sometimes. So I am going to start with reminding you that I am unshowered and unedited, uncensored, and I stink because it's been like 2 days since I've showered, and that's perfect because I'm sitting on my butt and writing. But we're going to show you my tea for today. It's a dirty glass. I'm reusing a glass. It had water in it, so it works. But this is Illuminate, what I have today. And this tea crawled to me this morning already, maybe even last night. It's a full moon. Illuminate is it's a beautiful tea. It has calendula in it, rose, lemongrass, linden, and it really is about helping you see the sunny side of what's going on in your field. It was actually designed under a full moon. One of those recipes that I just quote unquote received just kind of dropped in while I was driving, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect tea. Made it, and it's still a favorite on many levels. But what's been really cool is as I've been working with my teas more, they've been kind of taking on a life of their own. And Illuminate this morning actually got another upgrade. I stepped out on the patio, and I'm going to actually show you the herbs because I really like how pretty she is. You can kind of see it here, but let me see if I can do this without spilling. Look at that. Look how pretty she is. She smells like lemon and rose, so it's like, it doesn't get much better than that. I think she's got a couple of lemon flavored ingredients in it. Don't quote me on that. And yes, I do not remember everything in all of my teas, so I have to look it up almost every time. Lemongrass and possibly lemon balm and lemon verbena. I gotta look that up, but so she's got a great smell. And the teas have been kind of taking on a life of their own. So one of the things to remember is that when we infuse our energy into things, we birth new things into the world. So just like everything's made up of energy, that tea becomes not just the individual ingredients, but it becomes a recipe. It becomes an energetic thing in and of itself. And because our subconscious loves to work in kind of metaphors and ideas, and frankly, it doesn't actually matter if it's real in a physical matter way, because it's real in terms of how it feels and how it works in the world and through our body and through a way we can understand it. And so over time, they start to take on almost a life of their own. And this beautiful, beautiful tea just became. I kind of started to see her and as an entity this morning. Watched her kind of dance through the courtyard under the light of the moon about 7 a.m. when the moon was still out. It was moonrise. The sun was also in the sky, but it wasn't clouding out the full moon. And it was an absolutely beautiful experience. So cheers to her and to each one of you for being here with me this morning. Darn, is that good? I can feel her clearing out the cobwebs. Back to that original question. How is it going on the book, Jenny? So it's been quite a week. If I feel into it, yes, I have so much beautiful work's been done. So the structure is clear in the book. Sample chapters are written. So if I go to the tactics, it was a successful week. I detoured a lot from what I thought I was going to be doing. I thought I was going to be writing and drawing all week and kind of very early on figured out this wasn't going to be a drawing week, it's really a writing week. And even more than that, it was more of a putting structure, examples, intro chapters to paper, and getting clarity on what the book was going to look like in its completed form, which was incredibly valuable the first couple of days. I have a very, very good view on what that is going to feel like. And when I read my opening chapter, I cried. And when I read it again, I cried. So that's good. It still was meaningful for me. And I read it to a couple of clients in session, and it was meaningful for them too. So I know that the book is birthing, is forming, is becoming something. And what's really neat, the working title of my book is called Seasons of the Heart, and it's really about aligning your energy to the natural cycles of life and earth. So it's essentially taking you through a year, 12 months of working with your energy in alignment with the seasons. And what's really perfect is it opens in the transition from fall to winter, which is exactly where we are right now. So it felt like the right place to start. And it could just be, I could have used the reason that it's because when I was writing it, but actually it feels like it's the threshold of the time of respite, rest, and release. It's the time of really finding yourself again, coming home to yourself again. And that is exactly the perfect place to start, because you can't manifest shit, pardon my language, but you can't manifest without really being in tune with who you are and what's going on inside of you. And so manifesting doesn't start with the seeds. It actually starts before that, with the work that you do to get in touch with you and what it is that you want. My son and I were on the phone chatting this last week, and he had the absolute best quote. I told him I was going to steal it. And he was talking about Gantt charts. And for those of you that are familiar with that, it's like aren't familiar with that, it's like a timeline chart that project managers or business owners might use to plan out the different things that have to happen to get to a launch or a completed outcome. And so as a former project manager, I lived and breathed Gantt charts until we turned agile. And then it was figuring out how to turn agile into timelines. I mean, that's another story for another day. But he had just such a great comment. He goes, Mom, you know, it's easy to make a Gantt chart, but it's hard to know what to put into it. And as I say that out loud, I can just feel the energy shifting down the back of my head. It's easy. It's easy to put a plan to paper. It's easy to manifest and plant seeds. We think it's hard. It's actually not. The hard part is knowing what to manifest. What is it we really want? What is really in alignment for us? And so that work starts in the winter, here in this time of year, this beautiful December cold air during the transition from fall to winter. And so I spent my week figuring out what I was going to put in that book and letting it flow from me to paper. So in that way, I'm really happy. I'm also really, really grateful and joyful that the content flowing is meaningful, and that it put this beautiful, beautiful container around all the other work that I'm doing this year. So I spent half the time writing, and then I flipped into launching my next 4 weeks of community topics. So the book and the community are really shaping each other. What I'm writing about is going to show up in the community, and what's happening in the community is going to give me new fodder and material to write about. And so it's actually a beautiful way to take my community through the year as I'm writing this book. And yet, even with all that clarity, events are posted, I'm getting clarity on kind of like how to market this business development stuff, like all of it's coming together, and yet I feel like I'm missing something. And I don't know what. You ever have that where you're just like, I'm sure I'm missing something? Feel like you're right on the cusp of being able to touch it. In fact, I feel it so much, I'm crying right now. And it feels so good. I have just waves and waves of energy moving through my left leg, my lower left leg, my calf, my ankle. It's coming into the right too, but very strong in the left. And when I get those waves through my legs and ankles, it really is about moving my way through the world. I know that I'm moving energy that's keeping me from moving forward. I got the message that a lot would clarify in the next couple of days. So I'm trusting that. And I'm falling back into the knowledge that so much has made itself known in the last, gosh, any time period you want to pick. It's gotten clearer, and it's happening more, and more things are rolling in, and more fun is being had. More ease, more flow. Everything is happening. So then I want to get frustrated and mad. Like, why is it then that I'm still looking for this missing puzzle piece? But the reality is that is this work. Always being at the end of something and the beginning of something at the same time. Completion can be such a beautiful feeling because it's like, yes, I'm complete. I'm closed. But the moment that we hit completion, then we're not growing and stepping into the next version of joy and fun and excitement that is there. So one thing I have learned is to stand in this liminal space of having so many things clear and so many things unclear all at the same time. And that felt like today's theme. To really illuminate all the beautiful good things, to sit in celebration for all that is, to keep myself open to all that will be, and not need to be firmly in one camp or the other. I had a vision last night as I was going to bed that I was starting to soar above a city, and there was a book unfolding in front of me, and it was as if I was becoming the book and the book was becoming me, and there was some sort of interchange there, but I didn't know exactly. I think we're meant to process that a little bit today together. All right. Anyways, someone was just trying to get my attention, so I had to do one of my famous pauses. Before we go back to that book, though, I want to go deeper into this, apparently, into illuminating things. And you're seeing me pause because I'm checking in with, where's the yes in all this? Where is the illumination? So when we interact with things or ideas, right? So illumination can mean so many different things. It can mean illuminating dark spaces. It can mean finding the light. And so I'm looking at, where is my yes in this moment? And to me, it's like a bunch of possible paths, and then I just feel my way through. And this one's like a little bit to the right and around the corner. And I see a candle. So I'm going to interpret that, feel that. I'm going to feel that as feeling my way through, lighting up some dark spaces, clarifying things that need to be seen. Is often what I see the candle as. Coming back to my deck, if I have my deck here, I would pull out the card, but I might have. Let's see, actually. I don't know where my deck ended up. Oh, there it is, far away. I'm actually going to grab it for you, but I'm not going to pause because this is part of the mayhem and the magic. Okay. So many of you guys know I've created a deck, and this deck is many things. It can be a 5-week program. It is, you know, you start out as a 5-week program to align your energy, but I use it because I've gone through the 5 weeks and taken other people through the 5 weeks. This is a really easy way to incorporate clarity in your morning practice or evening practice or whatever your day when you get stuck or feel stuck. Because you can pick a random card from it and it will have its own gifts for you. So I'm just pulling out the card that's coming to mind for me right now. I sometimes work randomly, but because the cards are so much kind of encoded in me now, I get the visuals and then I know to pull the card. And sometimes I don't even pull the card because by the visual alone, I'm bringing up the card's energy, which is something you can do too if you have this deck once you kind of encode them in you. There we go. Becomes really easy. So there's 3 types of cards in the deck, and this is one of the art cards. So on the clear my throat. I need some water, I think. No, actually it means something else. So I have a lot of nudges this morning that we're going to be working on, or I need to be looking at my sight and now my throat. So we're going to take a break from doing this card and actually just sit with the throat energy. When you clear your throat, oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes, it means there's something stuck in there. Something that needs to be said often or expressed that isn't being expressed. And as soon as I say that, I'm feeling a relief. It's something I need to express to myself, you guys. Something about fear. And I can feel the energy just coming through here. And all of a sudden I'm seeing like this tar come out of my mouth. Noise. Fear that I'm that's not it. Fear it's going to be unreceived. The book. The energy, the messages, that's what it is. Okay, I can feel some things coming to the surface now, which is beautiful. That's the whole point of this. Back of my right leg. Quad area, I think, is thigh, kind of back of the thigh. So I guess not quad, because quad's front. Anyways, my anatomy is questionable at times. I have definitely am looking forward to taking more anatomy classes. I've taken one, but I need to take several more, I think, for it all to stick. But back of the leg, back of the upper leg, I have a muscle twitch going on. And a little bit of a poignant feeling in my, not in my heart even, it's in the meridian. I can feel it. It's the meridian channel that goes from here, which I don't remember what it is, so we're going to grab that too. My trusty meridian chart. You guys don't actually need this. You can just touch the meridians and move energy, but because I work with them so much, I get super curious. Kidney. Got it. It's the kidney channel. There you go. My lovely little meridians. The meridian chart. It's where I look when I feel a twinge to kind of know what part of my body's asking for help right now. So that's the kidney channel, and then the back of the leg is bladder channel. That makes sense. Those two are very connected. Oh. So my kidneys and bladder. I don't remember exactly. The fear anxiety component is what those things are. Those are twins. You know, they're related. I guess the siblings, maybe not twins, but siblings. So that would make sense that those are talking. So is it a good time to do acupressure? Not quite yet. We might not need to. Might be able to move it just by expressing it. So we're going to go into fears a little bit, and what I'm seeing is that one of my cards, again, this is a cloak card. So I showed you the candle card, which is really about illuminating things that you may not want to see. And my vision was blurry this morning, so I know there's some of that. My throat, obviously, expressing what needs to be expressed. And the cloak card is what's coming to mind next. I'm going to read this now. I upgrade the masks that are keeping love and light at a distance. Work with me to convert these layers into something permeable and expandable that allow you to experience life fully. I feel something behind me, I keep looking behind me. So that can mean there's something in my field behind me or in my back. I'm getting it's in the back. I think I just need to take the mask off. And I don't feel like I need to know what it is. I can just take off this cloak. So I'm going to do that. I'm imagining myself whipping off this cloak. And now it's converted into like a bat kind of thing. Not a bat, but that kind of it's converted into a flying thing, and it's flying on its own. It's flying up to my upgrade center. That's another card, but we won't get that out right now. It's not. Another day. My upgrade center is where things go to be transmuted, upgraded. It's now coming back to me as a golden cloak, sparkling dust. And I feel much more settled now. I'm hiding, I can tell, from my book, a little bit, from my success, from what I meant to create. I think I'm just a little afraid. I hope the fear is gone. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting a message in my head. You took care of that, Jenny. The fear is gone. So it's something deeper. So I'm going to settle in a little bit deeper into that pool. See what's there. I'm feeling my essence and energy, which means I've kind of gotten to the space in the pool where I can feel myself again. It's gold light, column of light, moving up and down, as you can see from my head, up and down. About partway into my journey, I received a gift, and it's the ability to let my body move with the energy, to not need to always govern or control it. And it's, yes, I can always step back into the conscious steering wheel of my body, but there's something really beautiful about just letting your body move. Watch this, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna say yes or no. See? I used to ask questions of myself, deep questions, and I would get my yes or no's by shaking or nodding, or shaking or nodding, as it were. But it also helps me when I go into a store. I can feel my way through what section I want to be in, where I'm being pulled to. Obviously, when I'm doing that, I hold things really flexibly and loosely because there's a lot of different things that I could be moving towards and for. So I do it when I feel like I have time and space that I've created for myself to explore. But I've never regretted it. And we're coming full circle to regret. That's released. Just forgiveness of myself, times where I've looked back and said, oh, I wish I had been more efficient and done things differently, or whatever it is, like fill in the blanks. When the reality is I've ended up loving everything. Every detour has been helpful. Every adventure I've gone on in life has served me. You can see it now. You can feel more of that regret discharging. It's not just me, someone else is letting go of some regret too right now. Loving ourselves through it all, loving every aspect of it, seeing everything as having a space and a place until, for a time, right? Loving ourselves, that's the big thing, loving ourselves through it all. I am dropping in deeper, slowing down. There's a little bit of an ache or a hollowness in my chest. I can feel some tears just waiting to come up. A piece of me to integrate again. I'm allowing that to happen. Asking that to happen. This one feels like a more active integration. She's a beautiful, innocent part of me. Feels like teens. And the words I'm hearing are belonging in myself, you know? Fully belonging. Thank you. Something else she has for me, a message. You have always belonged, is what she's telling me. Even when you didn't think you did. That's the beautiful part about this work. These layers of us are always there. So we can realize that we've been there for ourselves all along. We just maybe couldn't notice, recognize it. That's a good word for it. The methods might have felt a little distant at times, but it's just because we didn't see it. And so sometimes when we don't see it, it takes a little bit more for us to see it. And now I'm hearing the words, welcome home. So I think that means I'm going to be reading to you, the opening chapter in my book. I guess that's what we're doing today. Reading to myself, too. And the door card is coming up. I love that. Openings and transitions. And actually, it's so funny. I was seeing that and got in to read it, and I realized that the reason I'm getting in to read it is to remember that my eyesight needed some love this morning. full circle, because it's very obvious when I'm looking at a screen. So we're going to go to the eyesight next. And you're starting to see how this goes around, guys. Our subconscious works around at things, and that's okay. That's the beautiful part about this work. If we detour, we get pulled back. And that's good. I mean, when the time is right, it pops back up. Oh, wait. So hold loosely when you get ideas. Sometimes the next thing that's coming up for you is actually the thing that's going to lead you back to the thing that you forgot about. And here's where this is beautiful. When you trust that process, when you trust yourself, ooh, that moved a lot of energy. When you trust yourself to bring it back up, suddenly this million list that you have to keep track of the things that you think you have to hold in your conscious brain can fade, because you recognize that there's so many different ways that your subconscious can bring things back up for you. And it is the keeper, the database of all things. So if this is important to you on a conscious level, meaning getting to some sort of experience, I'm going to put it that way, then anything that's timely to help you get to that experience will naturally come up, and you trust it. So my lists are they serve, they're very, I'm not going to say small, minute, limited to administrative things that I know need to get out the same day. Things like that pop up that, oh, yep, then my subconscious brought this up for me. Kind of recurring things of like, okay, here's the type of things I want to be doing every week. So I have some lists, but they're pretty, actually, okay, what I'm hearing is they're actually still more than they need to be. I'm just getting them back even more, which is funny. So apparently the next evolution of that is going to happen. It is happening, is what I'm hearing. I also got the message I'm stepping into a new container. A container is a space that you're pulling energy from. It represents a idea of the world that you're in. And as you grow, that container gets larger, different, more expansive than what you currently understand the constructs to be. And so when you step into a new container, there's a ambiguity as you're clarifying and kind of feeling around in that container. What is that container? I have different kind of container ideas, ways I represent things, depending on what I'm working on. It's all really just one container. But I'm stepping into a bigger one right now. And the word cohesive is coming to mind, a more cohesive container where everything is threaded together. And so I'm allowing those threads to be woven. In fact, that's work I'd like to do later, probably, is weave the threads of that together. For now, we're going to focus on, we're going to be present with what I'm not seeing. What's causing my eyes to be a little bit blurrier than usual. So what's coming into focus for me is so many beings, spirit beings around me right now. Hundreds, thousands, more than I can count. And they're all kind of surrounding this column of light that's coming up for me. A white golden light. And they're saying, we see you for all that you are. All you need to do is see yourself. I'm feeling the nudge to step. I am the light. It's not step into the light, it's become the light that I already am. Remember and realize it. Feel it. Embody it. So I'm letting that column of light just really wrap around me. My heart's beating a little faster. As it settles. And there's more here. Heart is a messenger, so I'm just checking in with it. It's time to read now. It's about my name. There's a lot clicking into place right now. Well, not even clicking into place. There's a lot downloading right now. I can feel it. I don't have all the answers, but I can feel it. So sometimes when you kind of get these nudges and these kind of senses or feelings, like you're getting information, but you don't know what it is yet, that can be a download. Like think of it as your higher self or source energy. You're kind of opening up that column of light and you're exchanging information with the bigger version of yourself, that bigger container. So I'm downloading a lot right now in that container, and it has to do with a lot of things. I'm being drawn to the ISBN, which means how I'm publishing my book. There's something coming into fruition there, clarity. So when I get these nudges, I kind of let them circulate down and weave in. There we go. You'll feel sometimes a click into place, like you've clicked into whatever that timeline is, if that makes sense, to draw that publisher to you or that solution to you. To allow the connections to happen. So when you're manifesting something, it's your energy's drawing in that energy. And in order for that to happen, there's a lot of other energy that's moving to support them finding their way to you, right? Or having the resources to do that, or whatever it is. And so a lot of manifesting is not going out, it's actually magnetizing to you, if that makes sense. It's magnetizing that to you. And so when I get these moments where I can kind of feel the energy braiding together, I let it go until there's like a little click moment, a little moment in my body where I'm like, whew, okay, that's good, that's good. We're at a good rest. We're at a good, the rest can happen. Trying to get the words right. It's satisfaction with the moment. I don't want to say completion anymore because nothing's really ever complete. It's a constantly braiding, weaving, moving, dancing thing. Completion was really important for one point on my journey. It comes up sometimes, but now I'm moving more into satisfaction. The idea that I am satisfied with this I'm satisfied with allowing the energy to unfold further in whatever timeline makes sense. I've been with it and present with it, and now it's going to continue to do its magic. I will continue to work with it on a subconscious level. But my conscious can broaden out. Interesting. Words feel very elusive this morning. Like they matter a lot in terms of what they're calling to me. So when you're sitting here talking for 45 to 55 minutes and the words matter, it's always fun. Anyway. Okay, so that is good. That feels aligned. Okay, now I can read. Oh no, it's back now to that book vision that I had last night. I'm embodying my book. I can feel it. Those threads are weaving as well. And the column, it's all coming together in that column. And I'm asking for illumination, celebration, shining the light on it. Calling people to it. There we go. Birthing it. There's something deeper. And more expansive, because where we go deep, we go higher. It's been my theme of the week. Deeper and higher, like the bubble grows in all directions, if that makes sense. So the deeper you go inward, the deeper you go outward. The deeper you go down, the higher you go up. The further you go out, right? It's all this balance. It's all about having a balanced expansion where you're growing in all directions in equal amount, so that your tree is firmly rooted, and yet your branches are reaching for the sky and reaching out, becoming shade for other plants and people. You can feel a lot of things integrating right now. They don't require words. So that's a big thing to remember, is that a lot of times things can just integrate on their own. We just have to allow the space for it. This is where mind wandering can be gorgeous. Okay, I'm feeling that north and south pole movement right now. Just kind of moving energy from top to bottom. And I'm bringing together the energy of the book with the T's, with it's like they're all coming together, the community, allowing all of that to interweave into one kind of beautiful thing. I mean, of course, there'll be aspects of them that'll naturally be beautiful to have as their own thing, but the overall tapestry that they're woven into, the tapestry that I'm weaving, is one thing. And that's the vision I have for this coming year. Holy crap, that's it. Integration. Ooh, my heart is beating a little faster. Something it wants to tell me. Go inward, I'm hearing. So I'm going to the physical heart now. Comes up for me, I start to see like pumping organs and stuff, and then I know it's time to go inward. So there's emotional, there's physical, they're all merged together in the energy world. And so sometimes there's different, think of them as different gateways in. And so right now I'm going through the physical gateway in, so I'm seeing my heart pumping. I'm getting a message for someone that you see this too. So if you're doubting yourself, or you are seeing this too, trusting that what you're seeing is a working gateway to get you somewhere, or a working image or idea or concept, is really a beautiful part of the process. And a lot unlocks when you do that, when you recognize that there's so many different ways that you can get there, and so many different interpretation layers, and they all work, because energy is more of a it's feeling the energy, right? And so there's so many different ways to get there, and what you're seeing is one of the many beautiful gateways there. Okay, I'm back to my heart, seeing that something just really integrated for someone, so I'm gonna feel that. And whatever my physical heart needed, was able to receive in that moment. Just felt the pumping, and then the calming and the grounding. Thank you. There's something else now. Back to the book. Coming home. Winter is a season of coming home. It's why my next session, community session, which if you guys are interested in attending individual sessions, I have a membership, and there is but I also have tickets for the individual sessions, if you want to try one out and sample one. They're on Eventbrite, so I can put the link in the description if you want to. The next one is going to be on December 14th, and it is comfort, coming home to yourself, falling back into yourself. And we're going to really, really focus on going inward, going into your home. We'll do a guided visualization where we actually go inside of your heart, into the home, stand at the threshold, and explore what is waiting for you there. So I'm excited for that. We'll be drinking the comfort tea I spotlighted in last week's episode. So, and as we head into winter, I'm just getting a reminder to have those warm spices. Just gently warm your insides. And with that, I hope you all have an amazing day. And I will see you next week on Waking Up with Jenny Lynn, your energy guide. Thank you. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. Whatever came up for me, something came up for you too. And by hanging out with me, you're also getting to know yourself. So I will see you next time. Thank you.